Project Resolve for the Division 2 not only introduced a bunch of new changes and balance fixes for the Division, but it also introduced the latest gear set, the Aegis. Aegis is a gear set that's 100% intended to be a tank build, giving you 70% health, 15% armor, and the talent Stoic. This talent goes as follows. Get 3% damage resistance for every enemy that is targeting you. The bonus is multiplied by 1.x, where x is the number of agents in your group. Meaning, the more agents in your group, the more damage resistance you will get when enemies are targeting you. So, judging by that talent, this build is meant to mitigate damage as much as possible. The backpack comes with the talent Polyethylene Plating. Increases Stoic damage resistance bonus from 3% to 4%. There is currently a small bug where it says 0% instead of 4%. The chest piece is pretty interesting. It comes with the talent Deceit. Enemies targeting your decoy also count towards the Stoic damage resistance bonus. But because we're a solo player, the first half of that Stoic talent doesn't really apply to us. And the chest talent doesn't really apply either, since we're not running a decoy for this build. But because we're a sort of more gun and run playstyle player, we actually tried focusing on that run and gun with a little bit more survivability than normal. So with this build, we decided to run on a 4-piece, not including the backpack or the chest piece. We have 3 blue cores. We have one on the glove, on the mask, and the holster, and a red core on our knee pads. With the mask, gloves, and knee pads rolled to critical hit damage, and the knee pads rolled to critical hit chance. We didn't go with the backpack because we decided to go with the name backpack, the Liquid Engineer. We went with this because this gives us 1% armor regen. We also have one of the attributes rolled to armor regen, along with critical hit damage. And this bag comes with the talent Perfect Bloodsucker. Killing an enemy adds and refreshes a stack of 12% bonus armor for 10 seconds. Max stack is 10. Which means at max stacks with Perfect Bloodsucker, we can get a total of 120% bonus armor, which I feel works a lot better than having that extra 1% damage mitigation. Now, to complement that backpack, we went with our Grupo Sombra chest piece. This rounds out our crits with crit damage on the brand set and double crits on the attributes. And as for the talent, we are using the talent Intimidate. While you have bonus armor, gain 1 stack each second up to a max of 9. Each stack increases weapon damage by 4% to enemies within 10 meters. This talent only works when we have bonus armor. So at max stacks with this talent, we get an increased 36% weapon damage to all enemies within 10 meters. But like I said, we need bonus armor, so we need to be killing people and applying the talent Bloodsucker that we have on our backpack. Now, because this build is a kind of DPS tank hybrid build, we decided to go with the good old Eagle Bearer Assault Rifle. This is obviously an exotic connected to the raids, and I know it is difficult to get, but once you get it, it is well worth it, because this comes with the talent Eagle's Strike and Tenacity. The first part of the talent, Eagle's Strike, accuracy increases as you continuously fire up to 30%. Headshot kills grant the tenacity buff for 15 seconds. The strength of tenacity is increased by 1% for body shots and 5% for headshots. Now, what is tenacity? This is the second part of the talent, Tenacity. 40 to 80% of damage taken is delayed until the buff expires. All of the total delayed damage is reduced for each enemy killed while the buff is active, up to 100% with 3 kills. So we already have some damage mitigation with our Stoic talent on the Aegis gear set, and now we double dip with that using the Eagle Bearer. Now, after we went with the Eagle Bearer, the secondary we decided can kind of be anything since we're mostly using the Eagle Bearer. So I went with the custom M870 shotgun, hard-hitting shotgun, and this one is with the talent Close and Personal. Killing an enemy within 7 meters grants 30% weapon damage for 10 seconds. Now with that, we have the backup boomstick as our pistol or sidearm, and for our specialization, we are using the gunner specialization because I love myself some armor on kill and it is my go-to. But now let's move on to the skills. Of course, we're trying to survive. We're trying to negate as much damage as possible and just play in the enemy's face while applying our damage. So of course, we are using our Crusader shield. A Crusader shield will give us some protection along with the mods, which give us a little bit of a boost on increased damage with enemies that are near us. And for some more damage mitigation, we are using our Defender drone. It'll deflect, or not really deflect, but reduce the damage that is incoming, and we have ours at an expertise 15, so we get an extra 15% damage reduction. Now, my overall thoughts on the gear set, it isn't too bad. There are definitely better gear sets that you can probably make into hybrid DPS tank survival builds, but this one isn't too bad. I've definitely had moments where I've had many enemies shooting at me that you'll definitely see in the gameplay coming up, where I felt like I shouldn't have survived, and I did feel like that talent Stoic really came in clutch and kept me alive, along with our tenacity buff. Going over the build seems really simple, but it was pretty difficult to kind of sew this all together until it finally felt right, and I actually had a decent amount of damage being put out along with surviving against a horde of enemies, like in the gameplay you're about to see, where we not only face a control point, but we even get a resource convoy and an elite resource convoy all coming at once. It's a lot of chaos, a lot of fun. But let me know what you guys think of this build. Let me know what you guys think of the Aegis gear set. Are you using the chest piece? Are you using the backpack? And what primary are you using if you do not have the Eagle Bearer? Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think and enjoy the gameplay.
Signs critical. Detecting additional hostile contacts. Incoming hostiles detected. Reinforcements incoming. Detecting additional hostile contacts. Incoming hostiles detected. Detecting additional hostile contacts.